Hello everyone, this is Durf from Brutalitopia, and I am here with Mike, Zack, and Cody from If These Trees Could Talk on a beautiful autumnal Chicago night. So guys, thanks so much for taking the time to walk and talk with me.
No problem. Sure, for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Oh, absolutely. It's my pleasure. So I guess first things first, you guys just put out a new album, and now you are touring behind it, and after a couple of shows in August, this is the first night of the tour proper, yeah?
Yes.
All right, so how are you guys feeling about it? You excited to play the songs live?
Yeah.
General touring questions, stuff like that.
I think we're just excited to start the tour. We've been so anxious and kind of just getting ready for it for the past couple of months. It's nice to finally just get it started and get it going, especially in Chicago. Great city to get started in.
Yeah, I'm partial to it. I enjoy this city a lot. So the album, Bones of a Dying World, and how you guys felt the reception has been to that? I think it's a great album. What do you guys feel?
So far it's been good feedback. The fans, you can kind of only judge it by what's put out on the internet, but as we get out there and meet some people, hopefully we can get a better reaction. For sure, we played the songs a few times. Well, we've been playing them for the last year, but did that little small run, so it was good to flush out the kinks and pretty much just get muscle memory, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And the good news is that nothing on the internet is ever false, so whatever people are saying,
it's all 100%
is correct.
But yeah, people can be pretty mean on sites, especially just, people upload the whole album to YouTube and stuff, and that's where kind of all the fun happens. There'll be like hundreds of comments. Do you really want to read them?
And do you go through?
Sometimes, yeah. I don't let it bother me. It's almost like you look for those bad ones to
motivate
fuel
you
the fire. Yeah.
Say fuck
you son of a bitch.
Yeah, but for every
for sure
bad one, there's 10, 15
every bad one,
good
10 or 15
reviews.
good ones.
Yeah, you can't take it to heart. They're actually kind of funny. People get creative.
No writing back. We'll put it that way. We're not going to reply to anybody.
We want to,
right?
But we don't.
No words in the music, no words on the internet. I think that's a good rule of thumb.
That's a good way to put it.
And I don't know. I never understood people who take the time to actively shit over someone else's music or art when if you don't like it, there's
plenty of other stuff you can listen to.
There's countless other things you can
listen to it.
Do instead of being negative. But
on the other hand, if you can't put up with it, don't do it. Or if you're putting yourself out there that much and like giving people a chance to talk shit, then
don't do it.
Don't be surprised when they
if
do.
your skin is that thin, then don't do it.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of mean people out there, and people are going to talk shit on the internet.
We're mean too. Don't get wrong.
We just do it in private, so we don't hurt anybody's feelings.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you don't do it. You do it anonymously, but in person with other people. Not.
There's a few times where we were like, maybe we should comment on this, and then we were like, no, let's not. What's the point?
Is that like a band voting decision? Like you guys all decide together?
No, we're
usually it's just everyone talking, everyone off the ledge.
And it's usually all of us saying, "Hey, did you see this guy say this?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, I did see that actually."
Didn't see the other good shit, but I saw what that guy said.
So we may let on that we don't read the comments, but we do.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be stupid not to.
I actually really like the album. I was telling Mike before we started this lovely stroll that I was a little familiar with some of your earlier stuff, but then Bones of a Dying World came out, or I got the promo for it, and I listened to it, and I think it's a brilliant album. And one of the things that struck me a lot about it is that it feels very, very sorrowful, but also very hopeful at the same time. Sure. I mean, I just kicked a chair.
Kick a chair, man. That's what we do.
Is that kind of what you guys were going for, or do I just need to?
Well, no. I mean, you tell us, because is this a good? Should we go?
This is an alley.
Okay.
That's going to be Roscoe. It's kind of like a bigger street, but the mic does pretty good with the windscreen.
Okay, yeah, maybe we should.
Oh, you guys will be fine.
Damn it! I was about to spit that one out. Say it again. You were saying.
It's more.
Oh no! I was gonna say. You tell us, because when we put the artwork out, someone else kind of works on the artwork. We work on the music. We work on how it's arranged and the song titles and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it kind of just comes together. And as someone who sees it for the first time, I could see that being the case. Or you know what I mean? Because we've seen it over like a million times.
Right.
We like this, we like that, and
What's
us? It just is more not to work, or you know what I mean. It is just the trees, but the Bones of a Dying World was taken from a Terrence McKenna quote, and it's kind of along those lines of just like everything's manufactured out of the bones of a dying world anymore. So that alone, if that doesn't depress you,
yeah, that's. I feel like I was right on with the sorrowful a little bit.
And that's kind of part of the fun is like, you know, the listener telling us what they think the album sounds like and what they get a feeling of, because, you know, it's not us that tells you how to feel, it's just how you feel when you listen to it, you know.
That's always the I feel like that's, I mean, kind of a, I don't want to say a challenge, because I think challenge is the wrong word, but when music has lyrics, you can read through the lyrics and you can kind of see what the band was going for, what the songwriter was going for. Yeah. But with instrumentals, it really is just how the music makes you feel. And this is kind of a generic question of every instrumental band that we kind of talk to, but is that one of the reasons you never got a singer? Did nobody just want to sing? Did you not know a good singer?
It's more of along those lines. Like, you know, we've been in hundreds of bands trying different things, different genres, and I always, to this day, say for some reason the band without a fucking singer is the one that fucking people want to see, which is mind-blowing, which is cool, because I used to be a singer in one of the metal bands. And
the three of us have been playing in bands together probably for 15 years now, and
cool.
The one band that stuck was the one that didn't have a vocalist.
Well, we didn't think too much about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think one of the main reasons that the singer was never brought in is when Zack brought the first kind of songs to us, there wasn't a need for a vocalist. Like the one of the, you know, the guitars were kind of doing all the singing that they needed to, so we just rolled with it.
People ask us if we're ever gonna get a singer. We're like,
Still
at this
now,
point, no, I don't think so.
Defeat the purpose.
Okay, that said, that's a perfect segue to the other goofy question we always ask, but you can go through all of history, living or dead, doesn't matter. But if your next album, you had to have a singer, who's fronting the pipes for If These Trees Could Talk? Who's doing the talking for the trees?
We get to pick? Like,
yeah, anybody. Yeah.
I'm probably, if I speak for all of us, Maynard.
Yeah, you're right. That's just what I would say.
They pretty much taught us how to do what we do, so that would be stupid not to say him.
He'd be the very top of the list, that's for sure.
But we're kids of the 90s, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
So
that's not
totally
a bad
different
choice.
for us, right?
Yeah.
We had some different shit.
I don't know, man. I could see Maynard fronting a song that you guys were doing. That'd be like a dream come true for you guys.
Yeah, right. That's more of what it would be.
Yeah, or like Chino. Chino would probably do some cool shit over top of it.
Or you could just go the Passenger route, get Chino and Maynard, and just
that's like double rainbow. I don't know if that would ever happen, but
So
I don't know if
so they're like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
Why are they here? Like, oh, yeah.
yeah.
We're the band you can play with now.
So is there a new Tool album coming out? You guys said you wanted Maynard, so I assume you have inside information. Are we getting a new Tool album this year?
Waiting like everyone else.
Yeah.
We like everything that he does, though. Like, he could shit in a bucket and we'll buy it.
We all just went and saw Pussifer back in April, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just like, it was a mind-blowing experience. And like I told these guys, like, I've always liked Pussifer, but seeing it live was just, you know, it took it up like 5 levels, not just one. It was just so good.
He turned it into a play rather than just a show. Like, he brought a whole stage production and only performed at like theaters.
And you know, anytime you go to a show, there's a point in the show where you're like, all right, I'm cool now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that show, you just wanted it to keep going. There wasn't a single moment where you're just like, I'm bored, you know?
That's awesome, because I've listened to them, but I've never, taken the, like, oh, I should really go see those.
Oh, you should.
That band, but now... Do you think he's doing stuff? I mean, obviously he's a supremely talented person and very creative, but do you think that he's doing things like stage shows with Pussifer just to kind of be like, yeah, I'll release a new Tool album when I'm goddamn ready to release a new Tool album?
Yeah, he's probably when you see that band and stuff, like, that's his thing, you know? Like, it's not Tool. The message isn't Tool. The lyrics aren't Tool. But it's still there, like the elements are still there.
But I think that also, the time in between Tool albums kind of shows that Maynard really isn't the guy running the show, because you see how prolific he can be with his other stuff. I'm sure he could be the same with Tool. It's just the music probably isn't ready for him to do what he does to it. You know what I mean? So they're probably just taking their time, which take all the time you need. But
and the Pussifer message is way softer. It's not so dark and metally. It's like he's a great poet, and when he talks in any term, even if it's like spiritually or
You can tell he's having a good time up
it's
there.
It's great.
The last couple Tool shows on the 10,000 Days tour, you're just kind of going through the motions, and I don't know if that's what he was doing, obviously, but it just seemed like he wasn't having as much fun as he's having with Pussifer.
Yeah, he's having fun. You can tell for sure.
And that's you guys are musicians. That's kind of important, right?
Absolutely.
He's making it work too, though. Making like whatever. They're just still talking about him. If that's an out of pocket show for him, it's not Tool. That's like, that was something, and it's a huge experience. Like it was like a wrestling match with like luchadors, and like the band would stop and watch. It was like
it's not to be understated how good that show was. It was just so good.
All right, well, they're now on the top of my list of bands that I must see when they come through.
Yeah,
they're gonna
do yourself a favor, man. It's mine. And the thing is Maynard's. I guess I didn't have as much respect for his voice as I did, and I've always loved his voice. But after seeing that show, I just had a whole new respect for how he uses his voice and how he harmonizes with the chick that's in the band with him, carrying around. Like, it's just so fluid. Like, there's never a bad miss. You know what I mean? They all just hit when they're supposed to and how they're supposed to.
Yeah, because Tool, he kind of sings with himself. He's got that high and then that low. And in Pussifer, whatever, she does the high. So it's very cool. He doesn't go above, like, our talking range right here for the whole set. Like,
oh, wow.
This is his range, and she does all the high. So it's like hearing, you can't do that in Tool. He doesn't know when to help him on stage. This is like, it was pristine.
And the band just, we could go on and on about that show. We could really go on.
We've shifted it, We joined Pussifer in 2006.
We really need people to come see our wrestling matches because we're breaking our bodies and no one's seeing it. And that's awesome. That's kind of, to be perfectly honest, this is kind of how we do interviews. It's just like we just start talking, and then wherever the conversation goes is where it goes.
It could have stayed on Pussifer forever.
Now there are aliens passing us. They're floating.
The tour starts tonight, and you said it's about a three-week tour.
A little less than 3 weeks, but yeah.
Cool. And are you hitting anywhere new that you've never been?
Everything after today is brand new.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's exciting to play all these places that we've thought about playing and we just never got off our asses and done. So like he kept saying this morning, he's like, we just got to go so we can not do it.
Can't get out of it now.
Yeah, we can't get out of it now. But
it's not that you want to. It's just we all we're all married. We have kids. It's a big change to go from putting a kid to bed to taking a nap in the back of a van before a show.
It's pretty much the exact opposite of what our daily lives are for the next, almost 3 weeks, but that's what makes it fun,
Yeah. So you guys are, would you use the term part-time band or full-time band?
It's a full-time thing, but, everything's just spaced out a little more, I guess.
And it's a full-time thing when it needs to be full-time, like the past, when we were doing the record, we didn't play any shows. It was just get the record done, and it's full. It's much more than part time. It's it takes a lot of time to do it and do it well and do it proper. So,
let's see. So we covered the new album. We covered the start of the tour. Covered Pussifer and Maynard, which
in great
is
detail.
Good. Yes. Which I don't know that there's anyone who. You guys said you grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the 90s. I don't think there's anybody who grew up in the 90s who listens to heavier music that doesn't have, at the very least, a baseline appreciation for Maynard Keenan.
Yeah, sure.
So I think that's completely understandable.
You might be biased too because we're all from Akron too.
Right.
Sitting with him, so it's like, if he can do it, we can do it. God damn it! No, totally different.
So you guys can win NBA championships too, then, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Thanks to Akron.
Cody
Yeah.
can now.
It's all in the water in Akron.
Yeah.
So, are you guys basketball fans at all?
I am. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, would you rather a Cavs fan?
Yeah.
So would you rather the Cavs win the next 7, no, let's go 10, the next 10 NBA titles,
that would be nice.
or If These Trees Could Talk, become the next Beatles, just biggest band in the world?
That's a big band. I don't know. It's a lot of responsibility there. Yeah, I go with the Beatles for sure. We won one. I'm happy.
We got it. We're good.
We haven't won one in 50 plus years or whatever it is. So
LeBron got his. Let's get ours.
yeah. Yeah.
We're next.
We're in his shadow. LeBron is Akron right now. Some of the Black Keys.
I thought the Black Keys were from Akron.
And so is Devo, and so is Chrissy Hine.
I had no. Oh, okay.
You don't really think of it until you start listing them together.
No, not at all. Although
Maynard, Marilyn Manson, right? Who am I missing?
Yeah, Marilyn Manson.
Trent Reznor.
Yeah, Trent Reznor.
wait, are you guys fucking with me? Or are these people
No,
all
they're
from
all
Akron?
from like Northeast Ohio.
Northeast
shit.
Ohio. But a lot of them were from Akron, actually. Like
Well, that's-
Trent's from Cleveland.
Yeah, we count
Marilyn
Cleveland.
Manson's
We
from
count
Canton. Actually, a guy that my cousin was dating for a while, like, lived a few streets down from where he grew up. Like, his dad still lived there in Canton, Ohio.
Who's that? Marilyn
Marilyn
Manson.
Manson.
Yeah. Connie went to high school with him. Jeffrey Dahmer went to my high school. We got lots of cool shit going on.
And all these times, like, you know, and I'm from St. Louis, so I'm from Missouri, so the term flyover state, I get it. But I just had no idea that northern Ohio was like a hotbed for like a literal who's who of people.
There's a lot of musical talent that comes out of there. There really is.
Is it they just distill all the water through the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
That or it's like everyone coming from New York to get to the bigger cities. You got to come through Cleveland if you're staying up, you know.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
kind of
through
like
Chicago.
a pass through for everybody. Which lately we have been. Shows aren't even freaking coming.
Yeah, actually, Detroit's a bigger concert market than Cleveland is. They get some bigger tours that, like, at the drive-in reunion, went through
Yeah.
Detroit, didn't come through Cleveland.
Even the Deftones, they didn't.
Deftones don't come through Cleveland very often.
Well, and my wife's from a suburb of Detroit, and most of like the big shows that go, they're not even in Detroit. They're in Auburn Hills or
Yeah.
Pontiac or
Sterling
like
Heights.
Sterling Heights, yeah.
Detroit.
And so it's like, yeah, we're gonna play Detroit, and
Right.
if you live in Detroit, you're going an hour and a half to get to the show.
Yeah.
So
This is Chicago, right? Like we went all around the city to get here, like around it.
yeah, this is Chicago.
Chicago proper.
Yeah, this is not Chicago land, which, you know,
More
is
the suburbs and everything.
oh my God. There's people who'll be like, oh yeah, I'm from Chicago, and you find out they're on the Wisconsin border.
Do you live in Chicago proper?
I do live in Chicago proper. Yeah, I'm like 2 miles west of the venue, so it's nice. It's a good
right on.
it's a good town to be in. So
It was convenient. Like when we were doing more regional stuff, Chicago was, logical to come to. Like that's why this is the furthest west we've ever gone is Chicago, because once you keep going, you got to kind of keep going.
Yeah, you got to commit.
You really got to commit.
yeah. Well, I know Mouth of the Architect is from around you guys,
Dayton,
from
right?
Dayton. Yeah, and I know they come to Chicago every now and then when they want to do like a warm-up show or something.
I think actually our agent just booked their tour in October. I don't know if they're coming to Chicago, but he picked them up and he's helping them out.
Oh, cool.
Booking them to the show. 'Cause they got a new album coming out soon, I think.
Yeah, they were just here for a show at Reggie's. They played in the bar at Reggie's a couple weeks ago, and that was pretty
Oh, yeah.
cool. But
We played Reggie's a few years ago.
isn't Reggie's a great venue?
Yeah, we've only been in the big. Well, is it? Yeah, because the other side has food.
Yeah, the big.
Yeah.
the big. So we played the big set. That was back when only like 10 people showed up, though. So hopefully it's a little different tonight.
Yeah. Well, I know there were. I was sitting out with my brother having a beer, and everybody was talking. Like, I think there's 4 bands playing, and who do we care about? Oh, just the last one. So, you know, I think you guys got at least 7 people here to see you. So that's
cool. Guaranteed.
So this is an entirely obscene question given everything we've covered so far. So what's next for If These Trees Could Talk? I mean, you're going to become the Beatles when LeBron doesn't win the next 9 championships. So what's the first step on Beatledom?
Oh, I don't
Getting another album out quicker, right?
Yeah.
Not losing momentum. It's been 4 years. It's like a 4-year break between everything we do.
Well, it seems, I feel like that's a pretty, like 2 to 4 years, I think is a pretty acceptable
I dig it. I like
time
it.
frame
Yeah.
for an album.
Plus, it doesn't get people burnt out on you. You know what I mean? Like if you put out too much too soon, I think people just get tired of it. You know what I mean? There's more anticipation the longer you wait.
What were there like? Just to stick with Akron, there were like 4 Black Keys albums in 5 years, and now they're nowhere because they hate each other and everybody's tired of them. Like,
They burn out, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
We try not to burn out. It's hard not to, but I mean, we travel with 6 people.
Yeah. And the older we get, the older you get, it's just tougher to get things scheduled in. Like you said, there's kids now and
Yeah.
wives, and they're all very supportive of it, but it's still it's hard to say, all right, I'm out for a month. See you later. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, like when you have not, I guess an anchor in that the sense of there's something that you're leaving behind as opposed to just
Kinda
going
living
on
for the
tour
moment,
because you got
yeah.
nothing else to do. Yeah, I can totally imagine how it gets harder to tour and do stuff like that. But all right, well, cool guys. Typically we ask a goofy question to end it, but my goofy question was about who would be your front man, and that turned into a great discussion about Maynard and Pussifer, so I think we'll probably just forgo that, and I'll just say thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. This is I'm here with If These Trees Could Talk. They're on tour for the next 3 weeks. Dates are on. You guys have a Bandcamp page or Facebook?
Facebook. If you just scroll, you'll find them.
Yeah.
All the dates will be there.
They're coming to a town near you. You should check them out. Their newer album. It's what, May? May the album came out? March?
Early June.
Early June. One of those months that's already passed us by. Bones of a Dying World. You should check that out. And this has been Durf. And thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, good job, bro.